Teach yourself one day French. Copyright Elizabeth Smith. Recording copyright Hodder and Stoughton Educational, a division of Hodder Headline, 2004. Will passenger Smith, delaying flight QZ309 to Nice, make her way immediately to gate 28, where the aircraft is ready to depart?
Excuse me, is this your luggage up here? Something is rolling around, and it's leaking.
Oh, sorry, that must be my bottle of insect repellent. Hang on. There you go.
Excuse me, I think you got part of my seatbelt.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's yours. Sorry about that. Entschuldigen Sie.
Do you speak German?
No, not really. Just going abroad reminds me of when I tried to learn it at school, but I never managed more than a few words of German.
But we're going to France.
Yeah, well, it's all Greek to me. I'm hopeless at languages.
Are you going on holiday?
Yeah, for a week. But I wouldn't mind speaking a bit of French. It makes you feel a bit less of a hopeless tourist and a bit more part of the scene.
I'm lucky. I live in France.
Are you French then?
Oh, you mean my accent. I wouldn't mind being French, but I'm German actually.
Ha! Sounds like a cue for a joke. An Englishman and a German get on a plane for France.
Look, my French isn't perfect, but I could certainly give you a bit of a lifeline.
What do you mean?
Well, we're sitting here on a plane with nowhere to go and a couple of hours to kill. So when you finish looking at the football results, I could pass on some French to you.
Well, that all sounds very nice. But you're dealing with a hopeless case, and anyway, what could I learn in a couple of hours?
Plenty. Enough to get around, find your way, enough to buy things without just pointing and grunting.
And what about getting a drink and a meal without looking a fool?
Exactly. And I could even throw in a few numbers and a bit of chat. Things like, how are you? And see you later. What time? And I'm sorry. Useful when you run someone down with your trolley in the supermarket. You would definitely feel more part of the action.
And all that in a couple of hours? Never.
Well, are you up for a challenge? I bet you could get off this plane with about 50 words of French and a few useful sentences. And if you manage that, you can buy me a bottle of champagne before we land.
You're on. It's a deal.
By the way, my name is Elizabeth Smith.
I'm Andy Johnson. Pleased to meet you. And here comes the coffee.
Okay, let's get started. We'll warm up with a few easy words. First, to meet and greet. You probably know most of these. Like, how do you say good morning or good day in French?
Bonjour.
Right. And good evening?
Bonsoir.
Good. And I like the way you said bon. A kind of N that got stuck in the nose. Very French.
Bonjour. Bonsoir.
Right. Now you got a foot in the door. Normally you'd ask, how are you? Or, how's it going? Do you know that one?
No idea.
That's ça va? How are you? Ça va?
Ça va?
So, good morning, how are you is?
Bonjour. Ça va?
Very good. It's a nice way of saying, me, friendly visitor, not dumb glum tourist. Now, if someone greets you, you'll want to reply. You'll want to say, thank you, I'm okay, I'm well, or I'm very well. I'm sure you know thank you.
Merci.
Good, merci. Now to say that you're okay, that you're well, that's simply bien. Very well would be très bien. So if I asked, how are you? Ça va? You would say,
Très bien. Merci.
good. Now we'll do the whole lot. I'm going to say good morning and ask you how you are, and you'll answer with thank you very well. Bonjour, ça va?
Merci. Très bien.
And now you ask me and I'll answer.
Bonjour. Ça va?
Bien, merci. Okay, sometimes you may need to give your name, or you might just want to introduce yourself. That would be je m'appelle. That means I call myself, or my name is. Je m'appelle Elisabeth. Now you.
Je m'appelle Andy.
The French are fairly informal when it comes to names. Among people you know, your first name will do. But of course in a more formal situation, such as in a bank, you would give the whole lot. Je m'appelle Elizabeth Smith. Your turn.
Je m'appelle Andy Johnson.
Very good. Let's include that in the conversation. I'll start and introduce myself and ask you how you are, and you answer and give your name. and then we'll swap over. Bonjour, je m'appelle Elisabeth. Ça va?
Merci, très bien. Je m'appelle Andy.
And now you start.
Bonjour. Je m'appelle Andy. Ça va?
Bien, merci. Je m'appelle Elisabeth. Well, after that scintillating bit of conversation, you'll want to be off. Do you know how to say goodbye?
That's au revoir.
Right. Last round. I'll start, but this time I'm going to ask you how you are and if you're well, so you have to say yes at some point. I'm sure you know what yes is in French. Oui?
Oui, oui.
Okay. Bonjour. Ça va? Bien?
Oui. Merci. Très bien. Au revoir.
Au revoir. Well, that calls for another coffee. If you were in a cafe and wanted to say, a coffee with milk, please, could you do that?
Well, I know coffee with milk, that's café au lait, but I don't know please.
Well, that's a long one. 4 words. S'il vous plaît literally means if it pleases you, but when you say it fast, you just hear s'il vous plaît, like one long word. If you struggle remembering it, just think of silver plate. Silver plate, s'il vous plaît.
S'il vous plaît, silver plate. I like that, yes.
Coming back to café au lait, lait is of course milk. And here comes the air steward with a trolley. You can ask for your coffee, and I like one too.
Okay. Hang on, I don't know 2 coffees.
2 cafés au lait.
Okay. 2 cafés au lait, s'il vous plaît. Merci.
Well, we had the warm-up, the meet and greet, we've introduced ourselves and got some coffee. Now for something more substantial. Last time you were in France, what was your worst nightmare about not speaking French?
Oh, trying to get a bus back to the hotel, and there was nobody English around, so I kept on saying bus, bus, and nobody had a clue what I was on about. And in the end I had to get a taxi, and even that wasn't easy.
Okay, no problem. The most important question that you use all the time is where is? That's où est, or où il y a. Where is there?
Où est? Où il y a?
The bus is le bus. Bus doesn't register in a French ear. It has to be le bus. So to ask for a particular bus would be où est le bus?
Où est le bus?
But if you want any old bus, un bus, you would ask où il y a un bus? Then, if you want to be really smart, you add par ici. That means around here. Où il y a un bus par ici? Now don't go into shock. This is the longest sentence you'll be learning today. Would you like to repeat it?
No, but here goes. Où il y a un bus? Où il y a un bus par ici?
Very good. Now, when you ask for something, it's obviously nice to start with excuse me. That's excusez-moi. And of course, it would be a bit rude to tap somebody on the shoulder and say, Oi, where's the bus? The French are very polite people, so when you want help or information, always start with excusez-moi.
What about pardon, like pardon me? I thought that meant excuse me or sorry.
You're quite right. And you can use pardon to say sorry or excuse me, but it's a bit posh, and in everyday spoken French, you'll mostly hear excusez-moi.
Okay. Excusez-moi. Où est le bus?
Great. Now, let's make a quick mental list of the most likely places you'll want to go to. You call them out, and I'll give you the French.
Well, let's have the bus stop.
L'arrêt du bus, or simply the stop. Le arrêt, in short, l'arrêt. Bit of a difficult word, arrêt. Think of having a rest at the bus stop, arrêt.
Okay, I'm resisting arrest at the bus stop, where I stopped for a rest. Arrêt. L'arrêt. The stop. Got it. And what about the train? And the station?
Le train. That's really easy. Same word. Just say them in the French way. The train station is la gare.
Le train. La gare. La gare. What about the bank?
La banque.
And the cash point machine, the ATM?
That's un distributeur.
A what? A distributor. Sounds like a very generous little man in the wall handing out cash.
Un distributeur.
Un distributeur. I know market, that's marché, right? Let's march to the marché. And of course then there's supermarché, which is the supermarket.
Right. Le marché, le supermarché.
Le marché, le supermarché. But what about the main road?
La rue principale. Principale like principal.
La rue principale. I say, sounds very smart in French. Principale. I got a parking ticket on the rue principale.
What about the beach? That's an obligatory destination.
Ah, I know that one. La plage. Here's another I need. Toilets. Pretty important word. The sign looks the same always, but I don't know how to say it.
Les toilettes.
Les toilettes.
Yes, and a bit of a tip here. When you ask for them, you have to say, Où sont les toilettes? Where are the toilets?
Où sont les toilettes? Right, I need one more. In general, how would you ask for a shop if you wanted to buy something, say, newspaper?
That would be a shop of whatever you're buying. Un magasin de. Un magasin, a shop. De, of. Un magasin de. The rest you do with body language, like waving your old newspaper. Body language is a bit like polyfiller. It fills in the holes, the bits you don't know. If you want lots of shops, you'd say, Où sont les magasins?
Hang on. Can we go back a bit? I'm getting a bit dizzy here.
Okay, let's see what you remember. How do you say where is?
Où est?
Or when you ask for something generally?
Où il y a, par ici.
Good. Ask for the bank.
Où est la banque?
Ask for the main road.
Où est la rue principale?
Where is the bus stop?
Forgotten.
Come on, think of the rest.
Wait. Oh yeah, I'm getting there. Où est l'arrêt? L'arrêt. Où est l'arrêt du bus? Où est l'arrêt du bus? Let me say that again. Où est l'arrêt du bus?
Well done. Très bien. The ATM, the cash point?
Distribute something.
Le distributeur.
Ah, le distributeur.
And what about asking for any old shop?
Yep, wait for it. Où il y a un magasin de vin par ici?
A shop for wine around here. Très bien. And the market?
Où est le marché?
And the train for Saint-Tropez? For is pour. Not that the train for Saint-Tropez is likely to be for the poor. So, where is the train?
Où est le train pour Saint-Tropez?
Very nice. Très bien. Now, the trouble is, you're getting so good, when people reply, they're likely to rattle off the answer like a machine gun. You'll be stunned. But don't panic. Watch out for their body language. That will point you in the right direction. And you may also hear the odd keyword that will help you.
You mean like when you can't understand anything and then suddenly one word you know jumps out at you?
I couldn't have said it better myself. For example, take la rue principale, the main road. That's often a point of reference. Or you may hear tout droit. Tout means all and droit means straight. Literally all straight. In other words, straight ahead.
Tout droit, my hotel. Tout droit. The pizzeria. Tout droit. La plage. Tout droit.
Now the next one needs a sharp ear because droit also means right. Same word for straight and right, specially invented to get tourists lost. Luckily, on the right is à droite. You'll hear the T at the end, droite. So, tout droit for straight and à droite for on the right.
À droite.
À is on the, droite is right. À droite.
À droite. À droite. La rue à droite.
The street on the right, good. What about the street on the left? This is a strange one. It's gauche. À gauche, on the left. La rue à gauche. The word gauche even managed to get into the dictionary as an adopted English word meaning tactless or awkward. I can't really see a connection.
Well, it's pretty awkward for me at the moment, ignoring that girl on the left there.
Andy, you have a one-track mind.
Sorry. Okay, à gauche. À gauche.
I once read somewhere that you need to repeat a difficult word 16 times before it sticks. So you got another 13 to go. À gauche.
À gauche, on the left. À droite, on the right. And now I've forgotten straight ahead.
Tout droit.
Tout droit. À droite, à gauche.
Now, if someone tells you tout droit, it may sound easy, but you may end up crossing the whole town. It might be a good idea to find out how far it is. So you could ask, c'est loin? Is it far? C'est means it is or is it, and loin is far. And you may be told, oui, c'est loin. Yes, it is far. Now, you ask me if it's far, and ask me if the main road is far.
Okay. C'est loin, la rue principale? C'est loin,
Ask me if the supermarket is far.
le supermarché? C'est loin,
Ask me if the beach is far.
la plage? C'est loin,
Is the bank far?
la banque? C'est loin.
Are the toilets far?
No, they're 5 rows behind us.
Andy,
Sorry.
are the toilets far in French? And remember the tip I gave you.
I remember. Les toilettes sont loin.
Why don't you repeat it so that you remember it perfectly when you're in the middle of nowhere?
Les toilettes sont loin.
Good. The answer to are they far or is it far may of course be in body language. So if you see a crunched up face, perhaps you better get your skates on.
Can we do a couple more lefts and rights? I don't want to get them mixed up.
Of course. Give me in French. The market is on the left, straight ahead.
Le marché est à gauche, tout droit.
Where's the taxi? Is it on the right?
Où est le taxi? C'est à droite.
Where's the train? Straight ahead, on the left?
Où est le train? Tout droit. À gauche.
Yes, good old gauche. That was très bien. But what if you're in a car? There's something you really need to know.
The word for petrol.
No. It's that reassuring sign that tells you when you've been round the cathedral for the 3rd time that you are not lost, that whichever way you're heading is the way to go. It's called toute direction, all directions. Just follow it and you'll get to wherever you need to get eventually.
Toute direction. I'll remember that for when I drive the old Ferrari down to Bordeaux.
Okay, you know how to find your way around. What else do you think would help you when you're out and about?
Well, I never know how to say that I want something, or I don't want something, or that I want to go somewhere, or I want to buy something.
Okay, one at a time. I want is je veux, but that can be a bit strong, so if you ask for something in a shop or in a restaurant, you better say I would like. That's je voudrais. Je veux, je voudrais.
Je veux, I want. Je voudrais, I would like. So, when I would like a beer, I would say, oh, you won't believe it, I've forgotten the word for beer.
Have a Coca-Cola instead.
I'd say,
Well, that's lunch over. While you were finishing my dessert, I did a count of all the new words you've picked up so far. I make it 25. That's halfway already.
I'm most impressed with myself, of course. Je veux pat myself on the back.
Okay, a quick test. How are you?
Ça va.
Bien. Goodbye?
Au revoir.
Good. The bus?
Le bus.
Bien. Where is?
Où est?
Bien. Where is there, generally speaking?
Où il y a?
Très bien. The lavatory? The toilets?
Ah, yeah. Les lavatoires.
Les what?
Sorry.
Non, s'il vous plaît. Les toilettes.
Okay. Les toilettes.
Main road?
Forgotten.
Come on. I refuse to tell you on principle.
Okay. Principal. La rue principale.
The cash point?
You mean the one where they distribute the money?
Yes, that one, and don't play for time.
Le distributeur.
Très bien. The supermarket?
Le supermarché.
Bien. A shop for whatever?
Un magasin de whatever.
Far?
Loin.
Très bien. Great.
Thank you.
No. I want the French for great.
Oh, fantastique.
On the right?
À droite.
On the left?
À gauche.
And what about straight ahead?
To something.
Tout droit.
Just what I was going to say. Tout droit.
That's it. Very good.
Très bien.
No, finished.
We haven't done finished.
I mean, the word test is finished.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
Now for some short sentences.
Ah!
I would like this.
Ah, je voudrais celui-ci.
And what about I don't want this?
Je ne veux pas celui-ci.
Bien. I want to go to Avignon.
Je veux aller à Avignon.
Très bien. I want to buy.
Je veux acheter.
I don't want to buy this.
Je ne veux pas acheter celui-ci.
Good. Where is there a shop around here for...
Où il y a un magasin de... par ici.
Fantastic. My name is Andy.
No, that's my name.
Okay, come on.
Je m'appelle Andy.
Where is the train? Is it far?
Où est le train? Loin?
You forgot the is it.
Oh.
Is it far? Is it, or it is c'est, remember? C'est loin. Now, what about the bus stop? Just the stop. Is it far?
Oh, no, you've got me again. I'm standing at the bus stop.
Until you get arrested.
Thank you. L'arrêt. L'arrêt. C'est loin?
Here's the last one. I don't want to go to the beach. I want to go to a bar for the football. Paris Saint-Germain.
That's my kind of talk. Je ne veux pas aller à la plage. Je veux aller à un bar pour le football. Paris Saint-Germain.
Voila! You got over 90%. Excellent. And how did you know football is football in French?
Well, I'm not just a pretty face.
Now, let's have a real live street scene before we move on. You're greeting someone and you tell him that you want to go to a supermarket, that you don't want to go by bus, that you want to go by taxi. You then ask where you can find a taxi, if it's far and if it's on the right, and then you say thanks and goodbye.
Oh, yeah? And how do you say in French?
You don't. But you could say mon Dieu for shock, another bonus word you're allowed to forget. Mon Dieu is literally my God, but I could think of a few other translations. Come on, give it a go.
Okay. Bonjour, excusez-moi. Je voudrais aller à un supermarché.
You don't want to go by bus, you want to go by taxi. By bus is en bus.
En bus. Okay, no bus, taxi. Aha. No bus, taxi. Non, je ne veux pas aller en bus. Je veux aller en taxi.
Where's there a taxi around here? Is it far? On the right? Thanks. Goodbye.
Okay. Où il y a un taxi par ici? C'est loin? À droite? Merci. Au revoir. Wait, no, wait. Wait. Bonjour, excusez-moi. Je voudrais aller à un supermarché. Non, je ne veux pas aller en bus. Je veux aller en taxi. Où il y a un taxi par ici? C'est loin? À droite? Merci. Au revoir.
Brilliant! Fantastic! I'm going for 2 bottles of champagne. I heard you. I heard you say, je m'appelle Andy. I heard you ask, and you? Et vous? Françoise, Well, if you're going to ask Françoise out for coffee, I had better tell you how to ask at what time.
Absolutely. Essential information.
Well, the French ask, at what hour? À quelle heure?
À quelle heure? And what about the answer?
Easy. The French say, at whatever hours. So you'd say, à, then the number, and then heure, hours. So at 2 or at 2 o'clock would be à 2 heures. Not 2 heures, but in French smooth talk, à 2 heures.
Let me try that. So, when you want to ask at what time, it's à quelle heure, and if you know it's, say, at 3 or at 5 or at 10 o'clock, you'd say à 3 heures, à 5 heures, or à 10 heures.
Voila, that's it. Now ask me what time the shops open.
I don't know the word for open.
Hey, what happened to your body language? Come on, use your arms.
Okay. Excusez-moi. Les magasins. À quelle heure? Here you are. A good impression. Doors opening.
Very impressive. Here's my answer. Les magasins à 9 heures.
And here comes my big impression of doors closing. Excusez-moi. La banque. À quelle heure?
Good question and good impression of slamming doors. Here's my answer. La banque à 4 heures. Let's try some more. I'll give you some questions and you make up the answers. Allons-y. À Paris, à quelle heure?
À 12 heures.
Le bus pour Toulouse, à quelle heure?
À 8 heures.
Allons-y. À la pizzeria, à quelle heure?
À 7 heures. Now, I want to ask one. Le football. À quelle heure?
À 3 heures.
And wait for it. Excusez-moi. Je veux aller à Bordeaux. Le bus pour Bordeaux. À quelle heure?
Le bus pour Bordeaux, maintenant, à 10 heures. Et à 11 heures et à 12 heures. Il y a beaucoup.
I got il y a beaucoup. There are a lot. But what about maintenance?
Maintenant, it means now.
Maintenant.
Voilà. And here's your bus for Bordeaux, now.
Maintenant. Très bien. Merci.
What about a beer right now?
Oui, oui. Une bière maintenant. S'il vous plaît.
You're getting very quick, you know. Another useful chunk of time is, of course, 5 minutes or in 5 minutes. 5 minutes or dans 5 minutes. In 5 minutes. Le bus, à quelle heure?
Dans 5 minutes.
Or let me ask, où est le marché? C'est loin? Say, it's not far. 5 minutes.
Non. Ne c'est pas loin. 5 minutes.
One little mistake. Ne c'est pas. That should be ce n'est pas, meaning it isn't. Ce n'est pas. But you hadn't got to that bit yet.
So, ce n'est pas my fault.
And ce n'est pas a big deal. But you might as well get it right. Ce n'est pas. It isn't. Now, what about Françoise? She's looking the other way. I think she's lost interest. So what are you going to say to her?
I shall say, excusez-moi, Françoise. Ça va? Allons-y au café Saint-Tropez pour un café, une bière et le football? Ah, what's the word for tomorrow?
Demain.
Demain. Demain à 4 heures. Bien. Au revoir.
Very good. Now say it for real.
Okay. Let me get out of my seat. Hang on. Excusez-moi, Françoise. Ça va? Allons-y au café Saint-Tropez pour un café, une bière et le football? Demain? À 4 heures? Bien. Et Pierre? Ah oui. Bien. Au revoir.
Very well done. Who's Pierre?
Oh, don't ask. It's a complete disaster. There I am.
Ah, here comes the trolley with the in-flight shopping. Pardon, celui-ci, avez-vous un autre? Plus grand? Oui? C'est combien? Bien. Je voudrais 2, s'il vous plaît. Oh, un moment. Je suis désolée. Où est la carte de crédit? Ici? Non. Ici? Non. Je suis désolée. J'ai un problème. Je n'ai pas d'argent. Oh, well, that was a bit of a disaster. Did you catch what happened?
Well, you asked for something bigger, un autre plus grand, and then I heard moment and problème, which probably mean moment and problem, and something about credit and easy. Oh, and I heard where is, où est, but that's about all, really.
Well, yes, I started off by saying un moment, s'il vous plaît, a moment, please, and je suis désolé, which means I'm sorry, because I was holding her up while I was rummaging around for my credit card. La carte de crédit. I thought I had it here. That's ici, not easy, as you thought you heard. Ici, here. But then I realized I had a problem. Un problème. Because I must have put the card in my suitcase and checked it in.
I like un moment, s'il vous plaît. Où est la carte de crédit? If I say it when the bill comes after dinner and I hold out long enough, somebody else might pick up the tab. But what happened then?
I said j'ai, which means I have. I said j'ai un problème. I have a problem.
How about I have a Ferrari? J'ai une Ferrari.
Yes, good. Well, anyway, I said je suis désolé, I'm sorry, because I couldn't buy anything because I didn't have any money. Je n'ai pas, I don't have. D'argent means money. Je n'ai pas d'argent.
Well, look on the bright side. You've saved some d'argent. And I've picked up some good words. I like j'ai, I have, and I don't have, je n'ai pas. And I especially like je n'ai pas d'argent, I don't have any money. That will come in handy when people want to sell me things. And un moment and un problème are good ones too. And ici for here. I mean, now I can ask, l'arrêt du bus? C'est ici? Is it here?
Let's stay with j'ai and je n'ai pas. I have and I don't have for a moment. I'll start a question with avez-vous and you answer with j'ai or je n'ai pas. Okay?
Okay.
Avez-vous un billet?
Non, je n'ai pas un billet.
Avez-vous 2 euros?
Oui, j'ai 2 euros, j'ai beaucoup.
Ooh, beaucoup d'argent. Champagne with Françoise, huh? Avez-vous celui-ci et pas cher?
Oui, j'ai celui-ci. C'est très bon marché. And now I'm going to ask you. Avez-vous 5 minutes?
Right. Oui, j'ai 5 minutes.
Avez-vous un billet pour le bus?
Oui, j'ai 2 billets.
Avez-vous un moment?
Non, je n'ai pas un moment.
Avez-vous un problème?
Oui, j'ai un problème.
Oh, you've done very well, you know.
What's this? Another takeover bid for my job?
Non, je n'ai pas un problème.
A word on j'ai un problème is really useful. You can use it for all sorts of problems. When something doesn't work, when something is broken. What could you say, for example, if the safe in your room didn't work?
J'ai un problème ici.
Yes, good. And when you get stuck?
Or when there's something wrong with you.
Exactly. If you go to the chemist, tell him j'ai un problème and point to it with ici, and then do an impression of the dying swan, I'm sure he'll get the idea.
Actually, I would like some medicine. Now. Maintenant. It's called Beaujolais. Où est le vin? J'ai un problème.
No chance. They're still busy with the in-flight shopping. We haven't used la carte de crédit, credit card. That's also a good one. Very often when you come to pay, the word carte de crédit pops up.
Yes, well, I try not to use a carte. You end up spending beaucoup d'argent in the end. You come back from your holiday, you get your statement, and the only word of French to come to mind is combien? How much?
Well, I think after this trip, you'll remember a few more words. We haven't talked about je suis désolé, I'm sorry. Je suis means I am, and désolé, sorry. Think of being desolate, very dramatic. You use it when you're really sorry. It's stronger than excusez-moi and pardon. I used it just now with the in-flight shopping. Je suis désolé, while I was holding things up and people were getting irritated.
Je suis désolé for standing on your foot for the 3rd time.
Quite. Imagine someone's hit you with a supermarket trolley. If you hear je suis désolé, you could then smile graciously. And if they didn't hit you too hard, you could reply, c'est rien. It's nothing. C'est rien. Hey, wake up. It wasn't that boring. Don't fall asleep.
I'm not asleep. I was just resting my eyelids. I am sorry. Je suis désolé.
C'est rien. And while you've been sleeping, I've been doing some calculations. Take a guess at how many words you've picked up so far. Words you did not know. I've just counted them.
Beaucoup.
You know 44 now, and quite a few short sentences. We've got half an hour to go before they stop serving drinks. Let's not forget that champagne. OK, let's talk about going out to eat. Once you're off the beaten tourist track, you'll have to fend for yourself. No menus in 4 languages here.
Oh, I know what you mean. I like to experiment, but I also want to know what it is I'm eating. I once ordered calamari in Corsica expecting squid rings in batter, but instead I got an octopus staring at me from a puddle of black ink.
Lovely. Well, back to the restaurant. What would you like to be able to say?
Well, I'll ask for a table, order drinks, get some food that I can recognise and maybe make a few pleasant noises if I like it. Oh, and I suppose get the bill.
Well, that's all on my menu. Let's get through the door. You don't need the word for table. You just say for 1, for 2, or for 4, or whatever.
OK, so that's pour un, pour deux, pour quatre.
Right. Next, you'll get the impression that they think you've come straight from the Sahara Desert, because before you had a chance to sit down, the waiter wants to know, que désirez-vous boire?
Ah, meaning?
What would you like to drink? Boire is to drink. But we're beginning to overload your hard drive. Just think refreshments. Que désirez-vous boire as da-da-da-da-da-da, the waiter's prompt to order drinks. You won't have to say it, so don't worry about it. What drinks can you remember?
Well, eau minérale, eau gazeuse, or if you want sparkling water that is, or bière, vin rouge for red wine, and I've gone blank on white.
You just said it. Blanc. Blanc.
Ah, of course, vin blanc.
Voilà. Unless you're a bit of a wine connoisseur, have the house wine. Vin de la maison. It's usually good quality and not expensive. You can either have a glass, un verre, or a bottle, une bouteille.
Vin de la maison. That actually rings a loud bell from my last trip. It wasn't verre, glasses, it was bouteille. 5 bouteilles. Vin de la maison. Between 4 people. Mon Dieu.
I won't give you the French for hangover. You can use body language for that one. Back to ordering drinks. I'm the waiter. Que désirez-vous boire? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
All right, I'm getting thirsty, so I'm going to order the lot. OK, here goes. 3 grandes bières, vin blanc, chardonnay, 2 verres, vin rouge de la maison, une bouteille d'eau minérale gazeuse, une bouteille d'eau plate et un grand cognac. Le cognac, c'est combien? Mon Dieu, it's not expensive, and now I've forgotten it's not.
Ce n'est pas.
Right, as I was saying, le cognac, ce n'est pas cher. 2, s'il vous plaît. Thank you.
Another happy waiter. Now for some food. I won't give you the whole lot, just 3 basic words from the menu. Meat, chicken and fish. That gets you a bit closer to what you want.
Or I can always have an omelette, or a crêpe, or a salade niçoise.
Or a croque monsieur, a toasted cheese sandwich with ham. You can have that as a bonus word.
Well, actually, I knew that one. You get it everywhere.
Let's stay with the main dishes. Fish?
Don't know?
Poisson. Chicken is poulet and meat is viande.
Poisson, poulet, viande. Viande, poulet, poisson. Poulet, chicken, viande, meat, and what was fish again?
Poisson.
Poisson, it is. Poisson it is. But what about beef, lamb and pork?
And what about smoked salmon and caviar? I'm not the in-flight menu consultant, you know. Actually, you're already trying to remember 50 words in one day, and if I give you the whole menu, your head will explode. If you want meat, Just take potluck with viande.
Yeah, well, the trouble is I'm not too keen on pork. Well, I suppose I could always draw a pig on a paper napkin and then say, celui-ci? Non.
I love it. But I wouldn't like you to get it wrong and finish up with a whole suckling pig. So I write down beef, lamb and pork for you here, and also veal. Bonus words: beef, bœuf, veal, veau, lamb, agneau, pork, porc.
Bœuf, veau, agneau, porc. Thanks. I'll keep this in my pocket.
Actually, if you just skim through the menu, in the tourist areas you'll find that most are in several languages.
Yeah, like me, multilingual now.
Steady on, we haven't landed yet. But seriously, with a bit of menu skimming, you'll soon pick up a few French words for food. So you won't get stuck when you're off the beaten track and there's no one English around. Now, see if you can order for 4.
Okay, you be the waiter.
Remember the waiter's prompt to order drinks. Que désirez-vous boire means, what do you want to drink? Once you've got the drinks, the next question will be, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, que désirez-vous manger?
Manger. What do you want to eat?
Right. In a cafe, you often just get the waiter's short version. Vous désirez? What would you like? That covers both food and drink. But in a restaurant, you'll hear the longer version. Que désirez-vous manger?
Okay, I'm going to ask for fish and chicken, and then I'm going to point at some dish on the menu under viande using this handy airline safety card as my menu. Bien. Avez-vous poisson?
Oui.
Oh, well, that didn't get me very far. Okay. Le poisson, s'il vous plaît, et le poulet, pour 2, et pour madame, la viande. Maman, s'il vous plaît. Oui, celui-ci, s'il vous plaît. Et 3 verres de vin blanc de la maison. Oh, et vin rouge, 1 verre, s'il vous plaît. C'est tout. Merci.
Listen to you, and all in French. Time for some praise.
Well, thank you. That's nice.
No, pardon. I'm talking about praising the food.
Oh.
That's what you wanted to do. And it's a good idea. The French are very pleased when you appreciate something and say so.
I could say, c'est bon. I remember that one. Bon means good.
Yes, and bon is very much used when you talk about food. So, you shouldn't have a problem answering this. How's the meal, monsieur?
C'est bon, merci.
Et le poisson?
Oh, c'est très bon. C'est fantastique. Merci.
What about saying that you like something? That's a good way of giving praise.
Which is?
Je aime. In short, j'aime. I love or I like. J'aime. I like it or I love it would be je l'aime.
Sorry, I'm getting a bit confused. What was that? Lame James?
You're dropping off again. Okay, let me say it again. I love or I like, that's j'aime. If you want to say I like it and add it, in French, that's le. You've got je le aime or je l'aime in smooth French. So when someone is fishing for a compliment and asks, c'est bon? Is it good? You could reply, oui, je l'aime. I like it. Or even better, je l'aime beaucoup. I like it a lot.
J'aime. Je l'aime. Yes, I've got it now, and I like it a lot. Je l'aime beaucoup. J'aime Françoise. J'aime la farine. Yeah, I think I can remember all that.
And for the odd occasion, when something isn't good or you don't like something, what would you say?
Ce ne bon pas.
Ce n'est pas bon. N'est pas. Say that again and add je suis désolé. I'm sorry.
Right. Ce n'est pas bon. Je suis désolé.
What else could you say if you didn't like it?
Mon Dieu.
Andy, I want you to say I don't like it in French.
Okay, wait for it. I like it is je l'aime, so I don't like it must be je ne l'aime pas.
Voilà, bien, je ne l'aime pas. You've got it. Just say that another 15 times while you're kicking your heels in baggage collection.
Où est my baggage? My bagage. Je ne l'aime pas, the waiting.
So now we can practice a whole restaurant scene. You're the customer and I play the waitress. We'll just go over that last lot of words once more and then we'll have a chat. How do you say meat?
Viande.
Good.
Bon.
Good.
I've already said that. Bon.
That's what I said. I was praising you.
Ah.
I like it.
J'aime.
I don't like.
Je ne aime pas. Hang on. No. Short and smooth. Je n'aime pas.
I'm sorry.
Why?
Andy, give me I'm sorry in
Okay.
French.
Je suis désolé.
Chicken?
Pollo. No, that's Spanish, isn't it? Poulet.
For 3?
Pour toi.
House wine. Red.
Vin de la maison rouge.
A glass?
Un verre.
And a bottle?
Une bouteille.
Fish?
Poisson.
Last one. Water.
Oh.
Fantastique! Okay, let's go. I'm the waitress. Bonsoir. Pour deux?
Non. Pour trois, s'il vous plaît. Merci.
Que désirez-vous boire?
Un Coca-Cola, une eau minérale et une bière.
Et que désirez-vous manger?
Je voudrais le poulet. Le poulet, c'est bon?
Oui, très bon. Autre chose?
Oui, le poisson. And I'm pointing at my safety card menu, which says celui-ci pour deux, s'il vous plaît.
Très bien. Un poulet, le poisson pour deux, c'est tout? Oui? Merci bien. Now the food has come and I want to know if you're happy. C'est bon?
Oui, le poisson est très bon. Je l'aime beaucoup.
Brilliant! So, you had your meal, now for the bill. That's l'addition, the addition of what you spent. When you're ready, you would say, l'addition, s'il vous plaît?
L'addition. L'addition, s'il vous plaît?
I think we're starting on our descent. You better order that champagne now, just in case. We've only got 15 minutes to go. Here's the stewardess coming down the aisle.
Excusez-moi, avez-vous une bouteille de champagne? Oui, maintenant? Et deux verres, s'il vous plaît.
Here's the bottle.
Ta-da!
And now, in the closing minutes of the great one-day French challenge, our finalist, Andy Johnson, has his chance to pop the cork and pour the champagne. Number 1, Andy, greet someone in your hotel and give him your full name.
Bonjour, ça va? Je m'appelle Andy Johnson.
Number 2, ask him if he can spare a moment, because you have a problem. You cannot open the minibar.
Excusez-moi, avez-vous un moment, s'il vous plaît? J'ai un problème ici.
Number 3, it's a hot Sunday afternoon on the Côte d'Azur beaches. The cold beer is beckoning, but you have run out of cash. What are you going to ask?
Excusez-moi, où il y a un distributeur par ici? C'est loin?
Number 4, give me in French. Where's the main road, straight ahead, and how much is the ticket for the bus?
Où est la rue principale? Tout droit? Le billet pour le bus? C'est combien?
And still number 4, give me in French.